Today, we're going to talk about psychology and sociology. Why we need to study about human to have better understanding of ourselves. It provides additional insight of how you become the person you are. It helps you learn about your future. As the result, when you face challenges associated with growing older, you will be better prepared. When you understand yourself better, you will find what are the strengths, weaknesses, and strengths of yourself, which is easier to deal with, address end-of-life concerns, cultivate supportive relationships, make healthier choices, plan for your future needs. The second reason is from positive relationships. Understanding human behavior and thoughts could improve our relationships, how people interact with each other, and how the social world looks like at the group level. The third reason is learn to solve problems. We can gain a greater understanding of what's normal. Well, every person is a little bit different. Human development tends to follow a remarkably predictable pattern. Once you have studied psychology, you will know what's typical at certain ages and stages. It helps us easier to spot possible signs of trouble, from problems with cognitive, social, or emotional development in early childhood to struggles later in life. Being able to identify potential problems is important. Now we'll move on to the human's potentials. Human potential is the capacity for humans to improve themselves through studying, training, and practicing to reach the limit of their ability to develop aptitudes and skills. Inherent within the notion of human potential is the belief that in reaching their full potential, an individual will be able to lead a happy and more fulfilled life. Meaning and scope, the concept of developing potential is sometimes described in terms of becoming the best version of oneself. People who are believed to have the degree of potential that they do not pursue are often described as having failed to live up to their potential. Early conceptions of human potential suggested that the full potential of any person was innate in the person from before their birth, possibly from the moment of their conception. More recent definitions have encompassed both internal and societal influences. The first aim of national philosophy of education was believe and devote to God. We must believe and accept the existence of God according to our own beliefs. There are several races and religions that have been practiced by different groups of people or community because we live in one unified country. The first aim was responsible to self-society, religion, and nation in order to produce individuals that are responsible and unable to fulfill their duties as a good citizen. The first aim of national philosophy of education was believe and devote to God. We must believe and accept the existence of God according to our own beliefs. There are several races and religions that have been practiced by different groups of people or community because we live in one unified country. The second aim was responsible to self-society, religion, and nation in order to produce individuals that are responsible and unable to fulfill their duties as a good citizen. They also must take in and carrying out their responsibility as far as they can and being a good role model for anyone else. The third aim was reducing the gap in various fields through provision adequate education facilities so less fortunate in terms of providing an equal education and facilities. The next aim was being tolerance to foster unity among people of various races in order to produce individuals that understand and practice the national principles. Of Group 1 neighborhood included 5 aspects which are belief in God, loyalty to king, country, upholding the constitution, rule of law, good behavior and morality. The last aim for national philosophy of education was to develop individuals' potential and improve their self-development as well into the highest level in terms of 5 important elements, which are physically balanced, emotionally, spiritually, intellectual, and social. Therefore, The national philosophy of education is manifested in human life that has some good characteristics, balanced and harmonious. As a result, it can produce and develop many potential people which can give contributions to religion and the nation as a whole. The balance of human potentials. Human beings have the potential for development because the birth of modern human wisdom is to develop human potential through various methods and scientific methods under limited conditions. An important aspect of developing potential is stimulus information. According to different levels of information stimulation, many potential developments have been promoted. There are many ways to stimulate. For example, in China, many parents conduct prenatal education before their children are born, listen to music, or tell stories to their unborn babies, or often use special words to promote information to stimulate potential development. What we usually call a good balance of human potential refers to the balance of human body, emotion, spirit, and intelligence. The body, part of the brain, can enhance memory. If we could learn how to enhance memory and put it into practice, the way we use our brains will also change. The brain can become more flexible. So we can see that human potential is mainly controlled by the human brain. Usually we receive various information to stimulate and improve the potential, and then maintain a good balance through the left and right brains, plus cultivate a state of flow, and learn to deliberately practice. For intelligence, the average human brain development is less than 10%, and Einstein's brain development is less than 20%. The better way to improve the level of human intelligence should be to raise the level of human life. Only when the level of life is improved, the level of intelligence will naturally be higher. Human intelligence has not reached its peak at all, and there is still a lot of potential to be tapped at. Now, let us move on to the concept of different religions. Human beings in Islam have both material and spiritual characteristics. It does not accept the theory of evolution that human beings were created as apes. Human beings have two dimensions in Islam. One is the highest one, the soul of God, and the other is the lowest, mud. Human beings were created free with the ability to decide and act in such a way to stay anywhere within the dimension between the highest and lowest levels. Human beings are not all equal, but they are brothers and sisters. They are the only creatures of God who can carry the mission of God in this world and have knowledge. Men and women are completely equal in Islam. Human beings have the highest rank of all creatures of God. Christian perspectives. Christianity understanding of human beings is roughly similar to that of Islam. In addition, Christianity believes that anyone is born guilty, and their sin comes from their ancestors, Adam and Eve. They violated the agreement with God and ate the forbidden fruit. This disobedience brought sin, but also a sense of guilt and shame. Christians believe that people are born with sinful nature under the influence of Adam's sin, and only by believing in Jesus Christ, who bears the sins of the world, can be saved from the sin. The human in Confucianism is divided into Ti, which is the Chinese word means body and limbs. Qing, it represents facts and feelings. Qing is the energy, Xin is the heart or thought, and what is generated from the heart. Some psychological tendencies such as Yu represent desire, is the disgust, Zhi is will, Yi is the thought. These concepts are all related to the two words, Zi and Ji, that refer to oneself, but these are two different relationships. Zi emphasizes the relationships between a person and oneself, and Ji emphasizes a person's self in others' contrast. Hinduism thinks that all humans are one person and thus reciprocally interconnected with all beings. The self or soul within all. The all human is connected with all other selves.
We're like spokes all connected to a central hub, or more radically, what we are is identical to all of reality.
For further information, the scientific perspectives are the current consensus in the academic world is that humans and all animals are involved species. At present, it is generally believed that the humans are originated from apes and evolved step by step from primates after a long period of evolution. In cultural anthropology, human beings are defined as animals that can use language, have complex social organizations and technological development, and can establish groups and institutions to achieve the purpose of mutual support and assistance.
What are the challenges of being human in the future? The first assumption is ecological imbalance. If there is no stable ecological system, the Earth can be born and reproduce life. The stability of the Earth's ecological system can provide life with equal temperature, oxygen, carbon cycle, atmosphere, ozone layer, and other conditions needed for life. But now it's more important than ever because the Earth's ecological civilization is out of balance, which is characterized by more and more serious environmental pollution, greenhouse effect, ozone hole, accelerated melting of glaciers, and increased extreme climate, especially climate warming. It has become the most immediate problem in the human ecosystem. If this problem is not solved, it is easy to cause ecological imbalance. Once the ecological imbalance will seriously threaten the survival of human beings, it will lead the sixth mass extinction on the Earth, where the field of human scientific cognition is expanding. Human production and life also bring a heavy burden to nature, and the pollution is still everywhere on the Earth.